The World Nor'Wester is the biggest express train on the North Western Railway. It starts off at Tidmouth, with stops at Wellsworth and Crovan's Gate, and terminates at Barrow-in-Furness. There, an engine from the mainland continues the train all the way to London. The engine who usually pulled the express was Gordon. He had been the head of the express for many years. However, Gordon was getting old. He'd become slower and slower, and would tire more easily. He usually needed help from the other engines to take the express when he was feeling ill or tired. Ah! Hello, big engine Gordon. Oh, Philip. What do you want? I'm just wondering, how come you're sitting on this siding? Why are you not pulling the express? Oh, well, Rebecca is doing it today. Huh, that's strange. Why? Well, she wanted to. Oh, right. I noticed her pulling it yesterday too. Is everything alright with you, Gordon? Yes, everything is fine, Philip. Is it because you're getting too old to pull the express? What? I mean, you aren't getting any younger, so... Pah! I'm perfectly healthy. Be off, you bothering box cab. Sorry, Gordon. Pfft, silly little diesel. What does he know? I mean, sure, he may be younger and more physically fit, but, Oh. Hello, Gordon. Did you enjoy your day off? Very nice. Thank you, Rebecca. Oh, I am glad. I've really enjoyed pulling the express over the last few days. Thank you for letting me. It seems you pull it a lot more now, Rebecca, seeing that lazy Gordon wants to sleep all the time. I want my turn to pull it. Oh, please, James. You're far too small and old to handle the big express nowadays. Is it your centenary next year? Shut up! Shut up. Too old, eh? That's rich coming from you. Kirby, we've talked about this. Gordon, oh, how about you go back to the nursery, child? The older engines are having an intellectual conversation. That's enough, you lot. Oh, good evening, sir. Got another long goods train for me? No, Kirby. No, I don't. I came to speak to the express engines. Yes, sir? Gordon and Rebecca, James. Ow. Anyways, I've decided that I'm going to be changing the World Nor'Wester's timetable. Starting from tomorrow, you'll be arriving at Barrow-in-Furness 15 minutes early. It'll make the timetable much faster and more efficient. Will you two be able to handle that? I think so, sir. It shouldn't be an issue. Brilliant. Don't let me down. See you tomorrow, Rebecca. Rebecca? Yes? Oh. Huh! Guess the Fat Controller sees Rebecca as the express engine now. Ouch. Right. I guess he does. Gordon, are you okay? Huh. I don't need to listen to this. And Gordon rolled back into his shed and seethed angrily. The next day, Rebecca steamed into the big station to couple onto her coaches. She was surprised to find Gordon already there. Oh, hello, Gordon. Rebecca? I'm not being funny, but I thought I was pulling the express again. Well, you thought wrong. I am the head express engine after all. You can have a day off today. Oh, well, thanks, Gordon. I would have preferred if you had said something last night, though. I'll show them I've still got it. Soon the guard blew his whistle, and Gordon started off. He puffed proudly through the countryside. He hurried through stations and whistled through junctions. He was trying his best to keep up to the new timetable. At last, Gordon rumbled over the Vickerstown Bridge and pulled into Barrow-in-Furness. A pair of high-speed diesels were waiting to take over the train. How's that? You're late actually. What? According to the new timetable, you should have been here about 13 minutes ago. Well, just a slip up, new timetable and all. Don't worry, gentlemen, it won't happen again. Make sure it doesn't. Yeah, no disrespect, but we have to make up for lost time now. It just isn't practical. Soon, the passengers were on board, and the high-speed diesels were gone in a flash. Gordon felt rather silly. He hated being late and making a fool out of himself in front of the younger engines. Oh well, guess I'll just be on time next time. But he wasn't. Try as he might, Gordon ended up being late on his return trip as well. The Fat Controller was not impressed. Gordon, I'm not impressed. I made the timetable faster for a reason. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. It's fine, Gordon. Just work on yourself. Yes, sir. The Fat Controller went back into his office and sighed. It's clear Gordon can't handle the new timetable. He's just getting too old. Maybe it's time the World Nor'Wester got a facelift. Over the next few days, Rebecca pulled the express, while Gordon did other jobs. He didn't enjoy this, and was worried about his future on the express. I do hope things will be okay. Ugh, why is this signal red? It's 5:30 in the damn morning. Who else is even out here? Whoa. Eventually, it was Gordon's turn to take the express once again. He had had trouble with his firebox that morning, and was already rather late. Here you are, Gordon. Was worried that you would never show up. Pah! You watch yourself, little Thomas. True, I have had a few mishaps, but they are nothing but minor slip-ups. You'll see. Hello, Gordon. Remember us? Pip? Or is it Emma? It's me! Well done. Emma's at the back today. Why are you here? Philippa and Emma could be very helpful to my railway. Yes, sir. Too much time is wasted by changing the engine of the express at the other railway. Our timetable is too slow. And, if Pip and Emma were to pull the express instead of me, there wouldn't be a changeover. Exactly. Well done, Gordon. Pip and Emma will be taking trial runs over the next week. If they do well, they will become the Permanent Express. Pip and Emma rolled away to be inspected in the yards. Thomas looked over at Gordon nervously. Gordon, are you alright? Perfectly fine, Thomas. But, the express, you might lose it. I know. Before Thomas could say anything else, the guard blew his whistle, and Gordon puffed silently away. That wasn't right. What do you mean? He was so casual about it. I wonder if he's okay. Maybe he's decided to accept it. Sometimes you have to accept your fate. I guess so. But Thomas wasn't convinced. And he had every right to be. Gordon thundered down the main line. He went as fast as his driver would let him. His crew were being bounced about inside the cab. Calm down, Gordon. This isn't a race. That's what you think. I won't let any silly diesels replace me. Gordon was so determined to be on time, he became rather snappy and was impatient at his stops. Hurry up! Hurry up! That's no way to speak to your passengers, Gordon. Passengers are very important, you know. Speak to them like that, and they might not come back. Mind your own business, narrow gauge. What do you know anyways? Huh. Well, someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Eventually, Gordon arrived at Barrow in Furnace. The high-speed diesels were waiting for him. How was that? Well, 2 minutes late. What? What? Well, you mean to tell me I've been trying as hard as I can to get here, and I'm 2 minutes late? What the hell? Please, calm down. He didn't mean anything by it. Oh, be quiet. And Gordon stormed away to the sidings. He was furious. Gordon was in a bad mood for the rest of the day. He forgot all about to keep to the new timetable and spent the afternoon being rough with the coaches. He was still cross that night and made his feelings known to the other engines. And they told me I was late. By 2 minutes! Ridiculous! Gordon, please. I'm sorry I made fun of you the other evening, Gordon. Please just calm down. I'm perfectly calm, Henry. It's all those 2 diesels' fault. We're over here. It's not our fault, Gordon. Taking over the express wasn't our idea, and I will make sure it won't happen. How long is it until your trials are over? About a week. Why? Because I will find a way to keep to the new timetable and show the Fat Controller that he's making a mistake. The Express has always been my job. Whatever you say, Gordon. Rebecca! Yes, Gordon? Take the Express tomorrow. I've got some other work to do. Okay then. With that, Gordon rolled into his shed and crossly went to sleep. The other engines were very confused and rather worried. At the crack of dawn, Gordon stormed off to the yards. He began shutting a long line of some of the biggest and bulkiest trucks. When he was done, he backed down onto them with a hard shove and tried to pull away. This caught the attention of some of the other engines who were getting ready for the day. What in tarnation was that? You think we should investigate? Will you make a bad joke if we let you? No. I'm going to regret this. Stanley, Charlie, and Hank headed into the main yards. They found Gordon trying to move a long line of trucks. Gordon, what the hell are you doing? Training. Training. And he's trained. Okay, that's enough. Back to the shed. Oh man, no one appreciates comedy around here. Now that he's gone, Gordon, what exactly are you training for? To become stronger and faster. I'm not what I used to be, and I need to show them that I've still got it. And you're gonna do that by straining yourself, silly? Pah! You have an early morning goods train to take, right, Hank? Well, I do, but what does that have to do with... I'm taking it now! You can have a day off or something. But, Gordon, that's my train. But Gordon didn't listen. With a huge heave, he pulled the long line of trucks out onto the main line. Well, he's gone mad. What are you going to do now? I don't know. For the rest of the day, Gordon continued to pull long, heavy goods trains. The other engines were very confused when they saw him with long lines of trucks rattling behind him. Did I take the right field today, driver? That ain't right. Pip and Emma were doing a trial run. They were surprised when they dashed past Gordon, who was pulling a long line of trucks. That wasn't Gordon, was it? He's probably lost his marbles. I'm a bit worried though, Pip. I mean, he did imply he was going to try and get his express job back. What if he hurts himself? It's not really our issue. He just needs to accept his old age. Huh. We're starting to get on too, you know. Gordon continued to pull massive goods trains along into the evening. A lot of the trains were far too long or heavy for him, but Gordon didn't care. In his mind, he needed to be stronger and more powerful. It was very late when he arrived back at the sheds. The other engines were already asleep, apart from one. Ayo, Gordon, you good? Gordon didn't say anything. You're going to ignore me? Very mature. Oh, shut up. Dude, I don't get what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get the Fat Controller to change his mind, it probably won't work. I mean, you've been playing the Express for how long? Philippa, shush. You don't know anything. What? You don't understand what it's like to. Never mind, just... you'll see. Jeez. Pip decided to say no more and went to sleep, while Gordon sat in his berth, pondering. Ugh, I can't only be strong, I've got to be fast. But how can I improve my speed? Race. Fast. Speed. Oh! Gordon! Philip, remember how when you first arrived, you went running out onto the main line, thinking you were racing me? Yes? What about it? Come on, 40 years later, let's have a real race. Now? But it's 1 AM! Good, no engines out on the main line, it'll just be us. So come on, let's go. But what about my driver? He's asleep. What the hell's going on? We've been dealing with this the past few days. It's time someone else shares the pain. Come on, get dressed now, let's go! Philip's driver soon started Philip up and brought him to platform 1. Gordon was waiting at platform 2, ready to start the race. Ready, box cab? Yeah. Then let's go! And with that, Gordon roared out of the station in a big cloud of steam. Hey! And Philip scurried after Gordon. Gordon rocketed down the main line. Philip hurried after him, but he was struggling to catch up to Gordon. Jeez, Gordon sure is fast. I'm at my top speed. Look at him go! Gordon was feeling very proud of himself. The night air was crisp, and the signal light shone green. I'm doing it. I'll show the Fat Controller. I'll show those high-speed sisters. I'm still the fastest engine on Sodor. But then there was trouble. What the hell? Gordon? Oh no! Get out of my way! Points! Change the points! Moron! Go sign up for your pension! Jesus. But it wasn't over yet. Oh God! Gordon! Oh dear, this looks bad. Philip. Don't worry, Gordon. I'll go get help. Ugh. It's over. As the sun began to come up over the island of Sodor, Gordon was shunted into the steamworks by Philip. Philip said nothing and respectfully dieseled away. About an hour later, the Fat Controller arrived. He was not happy. I don't even know what to say. What were you doing, racing about the main line at 1 in the morning? I don't know, sir. I am not in the least bit pleased at all. Do you know how many railway rules you've just broken? When you're repaired, you'll be doing your final express train. Pip and Emma are doing very well on their trials, so therefore, they will be taking over permanently. Sir, you are lucky I'm even letting you have a final express train after the stunts you have pulled. I don't even think that you deserve it. I'm sorry, sir. You should be. The other engines were really worried about Gordon. Even the high-speed diesels were stressing out about it. Both felt rather guilty. Do you think we should have come? I don't know. I feel so bad. I mean, Gordon wouldn't even be in the works if we... Emma, it's not your fault. It's mine. I pushed him over the edge. Just stop it. It's not all about you. How about, instead of feeling sorry for yourselves, you go to the works and speak to Gordon? The diesels sat in the shed, taking in Philip's words. They knew that the little box cab did have a point, so that night they both decided to head for the steamworks. They found Gordon at the far side of the back of the workshops. He slowly opened his eyes as he heard the two diesels enter the workshops. There was a long silence. Hello, Gordon. Are you alright? Well, Gordon, I'm sorry. If I hadn't have been so rude, you wouldn't be in this mess. No. It's not your fault. You didn't decide to replace me. So, are you angry with the Fat Controller? No. The Fat Controller, he was right. What do you mean? Do you two know how old I am? We don't actually. I will be 90 this April. 90 years old. Ever since I was built, I've been pulling express trains. I guess I just thought I would be doing it all my life. We engines live so long. We forget that even we can get old. As life goes on, we get less physically fit. And eventually, we can't do what we once could anymore. Pulling the express was my identity. Without it, I don't know who I am. Gordon, it's not your fault. It's just the way of life. But it doesn't have to be. We can tell the Fat Controller that we quit. You can still pull the express. Please. I was already struggling before you arrived. I was constantly late. If you leave, he'll just bring some other high-speed diesels to do the job. It's over. Now just go. I need some sleep. Pip and Emma officially took over pulling the express 2 days later. Despite this, they were not happy. They felt very guilty. The other engines noticed this and grew worried about their new residents. One day, Edward decided to speak to the two diesels. Are you two alright? I've noticed that you've been a bit down. Well, We're worried about Gordon. Oh? Why? Well, we went to see him about a week ago. He isn't doing great. Being taken off the express has, really got to him. What do you mean? The two Diesels told Edward what Gordon had said. Edward frowned. Oh dear. I must speak to Gordon at once. At that moment, the guard blew his whistle, and Pip and Emma hurried away. Edward soon left with his own train. At Wellsworth, he met Sydney. Sydney, can you do me a favour? Hello, Edward. What do you need? Can you take my passengers to Brendam for me, please? Okay, Edward. Sure thing. Soon, Sydney was coupled up to the train, and the little Diesel headed off. Edward left soon after, bound towards Crowburn's gate. Are you sure that was a good idea? Sydney is very forgetful, and his driver isn't much better. Don't be rude. She may not speak English that well, but she's still a valuable co-worker. That woman has been working here for over 20 years, and she hasn't improved in the slightest. Where does this train terminate again?
Člověče, měl bych se opravdu naučit anglicky.
Okay. Later, Edward arrived at the steamworks. He saw Victor shunting about the yards. Hello, Victor. Where can I find Gordon? Gordon? He's not back on the sidings. Do you know what the problem is with him? I've been trying to cheer him up for ages. Don't worry, Victor. I'll try speaking to him now. Good luck, my friend. You'll need it. Gordon was sitting outside the workshops. His repairs were nearly complete. His fire had been lit, and the workmen were checking his boiler pressure. Hello, Gordon. Edward, what are you doing here? I heard about what's been going on from Pip and Emma. Oh, they told you? Yes. Look, Gordon, I understand how you feel. I mean, I'm just lots of old iron. I should give up and be berserked before it's too late. Edward, no. I was a lot younger and foolish back then. I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm so sorry. Oh, Gordon. It was a long time ago. It never really upset me anyways. Look, I understand how you feel. I used to pull the express too. Not as much as you did, sure, but I can relate. I loved pulling the express and powering along the main line at 70 miles per hour. I felt pretty bad about being taken off it at first. I see. How did you stop feeling bad? I got a new job. I started pulling local passengers, and soon I got my own branch line. I'm too big to work on a branch line, Edward. I know, but you understand what I mean. Pulling local services is nice and calming. You get plenty of breaks, and you're able to do multiple journeys per day. And anyways, there are the other express trains on the railway. Unlike your express, the Limited and the Sodor don't have a main express engine. The other engines all take it in turns to pull it. Maybe one of those engines could be you. Yes. I guess you're right, Edward. Believe me, you may not be the head of the Wild Nor'Wester anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't help out and pull the old express train part-time. It isn't over, Gordon. Edward, thank you. You're a good friend. It took me too long to realise that. It's no trouble, Gordon. Life doesn't end just because you retire. Now, I have to get going, but I'll catch you later. I see. Goodbye, Edward. Thank you again. Anytime, Gordon. Edward, there you are. Your train never arrived at Brendam. What? I don't think that this is right. You think? I've got a job to get to. I didn't want to end up at some random tourist place. Where the hell are we?
Jsem tak vyhozen.
A few days later, Gordon's repairs had finished, and he returned to the sheds, to a group of some very worried engines. Gordon, I'm so sorry that you've lost the express. Things just won't be the same without you pulling it. I do hope you're not too disappointed. Yeah, I hope you can get better, Gordon. I'm sorry. Thank you, everyone, but I'm okay. I've been doing some thinking, and with the help of a friend, I have come to the conclusion, even though I am no longer on the Wild Nor'Wester, it doesn't mean my express career is over. I've spoken to the Fat Controller, and he has agreed that from now on, I will be pulling smaller, local passenger trains, as well as the odd express train here and there. I'm still me. I'll just be having a much more quieter life. The engines were surprised, but very happy to see their friend was doing okay. Pip and Emma were especially relieved. The next day, Gordon prepared to pull his final express train. As the head of the Wild Nor'Wester, lots of people had come to see Gordon on his final run. They waited eagerly at the stations, or were waiting along the line side. The Sodor news had even shown up to the big station to see Gordon leave. Soon the guard blew his whistle, and Gordon departed from the station with the Wild Nor'Wester for the last time. People and engines cheered as Gordon thundered by. Whistles were blown and cameras were clicked. Gordon felt very proud. At last, Gordon rolled into Barrow and Furnace Station. Pip and Emma were waiting there excitedly. I'm sorry if I'm late. Late? Dude, you're right on time. Gordon gasped. He smiled pridefully. The passengers soon got off Gordon's coaches and got on board Pip and Emma's. Many made sure to flash a few more photos before getting on board. Pip and Emma soon sped out of the station, leaving Gordon behind. A prideful tear rolled down Gordon's cheek. It was truly the end of an era, but a beginning of a new for Gordon the Big Engine. Gordon began pulling local trains the day after. He rather liked the quiet work. He was able to rest at each station and was especially pleased about doing more than one trip a day. Pip and Emma also enjoyed their new lives on Sodor. They loved the good long runs all the way to London, and they were always happy that they could come home to see their Sodor friends. The Fat Controller would often see the two diesels at the big station. You're doing very well. I am very pleased. My plan is working. We're just happy to help, sir. Yeah, thanks for bringing us down. Yes. Working perfectly.